guys, it's Rose, and I'm back with another video, video. So this is another story time, and it's a very interesting one. So my friends have been waiting for me to post this story because it's very interesting. Okay, before I start, I just want you guys to look at my new nails. Okay, I really love them. It's starting to grow a bit, but okay, look at this. Let me put my glasses on for a bit because I can't really see. But okay, see this? Yes. And shoot, I showed you guys already. But look under my nails. Yes, red bottoms. Okay, this is basically like this. I think I'm doing too much, but you get the point. Yeah, okay. But okay, so I will not expose the girl's name, okay? Let's not expose her name, okay? Let's call her Debbie. No. I need help with the name. Let's call her, she's ratchet, so we need like a ratchet name. You know what? Let's call her Keisha. Even though it's not a ratchet name, we'll just call her Keisha, okay? I don't like Keisha for her. LaTanya. Let's call her Tanya. Oh, jeez. You know what? Let's call her Shantae. I can't think of a name for her, but you guys can list list some names for a ratchet girl, because I have a part 2, and I will use it for my part 2. So, now, this girl. I'll tell you how I met her. Okay. I was at this point in my life where I cut off a lot of my friends at the time, and you know, people don't treat you good, and it's like, you know, you cut them off. And then at one point I felt like, okay, I really want to go out. I want to go somewhere. I want to have fun. And even though I had certain friends, but they were busy. Some people have kids and a whole family, and they're just busy with all that. So don't judge me, okay? Don't judge me. I went on POF. Okay, I went on POF, and I put obviously I put looking for girls because I'm looking for friends. So in my subject I put looking for friends only, so they can, once they come across my page, they will see. So yeah. So I put, yeah, looking for friends. And I don't know. I don't know if they had other apps, because I know now they have like Bumble, and Bumble you can find friends on it, like strictly friends. But yeah, so I went on Plenty of Fish, and I looked, or maybe that's this way for you guys. I went on Plenty of blah, 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 blah. I went on Plenty of Fish, and I put looking for friends. So now I came across 3 people, and then that's where I met this girl, okay? I think she didn't really have it on her page, but she did let me know. Like, there was no flirting, none of that. She did let me know that she's just looking for friends, looking to have fun and stuff like that. So we talked for a bit, and then one day we decided to hang out. We're like, yeah, we want to go out. Then we decided, okay, let's do clubbing. So I'm like, okay, yeah, it's been a while. One thing about me, it's like, I don't go clubbing very often. It's like once in a while, like maybe once every 2-3 months, something like that. Like I hardly go to the club. So now, okay. So this girl, literally, she lived like 5 minutes away from me or less. So I drove to her house. Crazy me, yes, I went in her house. And that's one thing you shouldn't be doing. Going into people's house that you don't know. Like, I should have told her, like, come outside, let's go. So I went in her house, and then she's still getting ready. And this girl's like, you want some wine or whatever? I'm like, okay, I'll have some wine. Now, my first thoughts about this girl, when she had her pictures on POF, she used a lot of filters, like a lot of filters, okay? So she was really tall when I saw her. She didn't want to wear heels. She was wearing like sneakers. Like, okay, I will insert a picture of my dress somewhere here, okay? So you can see how I looked that night. Now, what she looked like, she basically had what do you call those, like a halter top or something? I don't know. So it's like a red top that it's kind of like a crop top, and it's just going all around here. There's no sleeves, it's going around her neck, coming down here, and it's like a bright red top. And basically she had black leggings and sneakers, and I'm like, is she gonna, we're going to the club, like why are you wearing sneakers? Now another thing, this girl had tattoos all across here, like those, like, I don't know, it's just, to me, I'm sorry, I don't know if you have that, but to me she looked kind of ratchet. So just a nice top, black leggings, sneakers, and her tattoo is showing off. Now this girl was really like, I'm not gonna say this, it's like, I want to say this so bad. I will insert a picture of how she kind of looked like to me. If I don't insert it, it's probably because I can't find it, but I don't know. It's like, if I'm just like this, why are you gonna come to the club dressing like a basic? This girl is looking like she's about to go for a run or something. Anyways, I'm trying not to diss nobody, but yeah. So anyways, we got ready and stuff like that, and time to go in a car now. So we go into my car, and this girl just stops and she just looks at me. She's like, do you mind if I drive your car? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean drive my car? Like, you have your license? Or she's like, no, I don't have my license, you know, I don't have my license. I'm like, you have your G1? Like the, you know, first level. I'm like, do you have your G1? And then she's like, no, I don't have my license at all. I don't have my license at all, but I can drive your car. I can drive. I'm like, anyways, at that point, I'm thinking to myself, this is like a first sign of craziness. I don't know, to me it was. You don't know me yet, like that. First thing you ask me is, can I drive your car? So at that point, I'm like, Rosalind, it's either you go home now or you continue with your night. I wanted to go out. I want to listen to my music and jam. So I'm like, okay, might as well just continue the night. I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, it's okay. You could stay there. I'll stay here in the driver's side and I will drive. Okay. So now, you know, I'm blasting my music. We're driving. And she's enjoying my music, so I guess we like the same music. And so she's like, yeah, before we even go to the club, because it's still kind of early, is it okay if we stop by the bar? I wanted to see my friend for a bit. I don't know, she messaged me, I wanted to check on her. I'm like, okay, we'll do that. So it's basically like 10 minutes from her house. We get there. I walk in. I've never heard of that bar near in my city. I live in Brampton, by the way. So I don't remember the name. So for my people that live in Brampton, you know, there's not much bars like down here. But anyways, so you should see how I'm sitting. I'm like crossing my leg. And so basically this girl, once we go in, tell me how she knows almost everybody, like every man at that club or bar. So she just keeps stopping, like, hey, what's up, blah blah blah. And then she saw her friend. Now her friend, she looked like she had a lot of drinks already. Like her clothes were just like, I don't know, all loose and stuff, and it's showing her belly. It's like one-sided, and she just looks like she just needs to go home and like lay down. But anyways, she's like, oh yeah, this is my friend, whatever. Let's call her Amber, because to me, she looks like an Amber to me. She's like, yeah, this is Amber, this is Rose, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, her voice was like, she's already slurring and stuff. She's like, yeah, can we talk? And I'm like, yeah, you guys can go. And then after that, by the way, I still had to use the washroom. So I went to the washroom and I saw they were talking in there, having like, I don't know what they were talking about. But anyways, so when I come back out, I'm just bored. I'm just like chilling by the bar waiting for her. And then you can tell her friend is already like not walking straight or something like that. So now she goes, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna smoke with these dudes out there. Do you smoke? Like, I'm like, no, I'm good. Anyways, I was getting cheese already because I did not want to go there. I'm like, I just want to go straight to the club. It was kind of like 10-ish. So anyways, so she's outside smoking with her dudes, and then they're all talking and shit, and I'm just like doing my own thing, looking at my phone and stuff, texting my friends, and I'm like, yo, this is what's going on right now. But anyways, so she goes, yo, we decided that we all want to go to the club. Now, there's like about almost 10 guys. Okay? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, how? Like, they're gonna meet us there? She's like, no, I mean, like, you know, we could use your car. And I'm like, everyone, all these 10 guys or all these people are not gonna fit in my car. And she's like, oh, no, I mean, like, some people can come in your car and one person, they're gonna use their car. And I'm like, no, that's not happening. She's like, okay, I understand. I'm like, yeah, I don't know these people and I don't want them in my car. I'm like, okay. So she's like, okay. So, she's like, yeah, sorry, guys, it's not gonna happen, da, da, da. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, where is this heading to? I'm like, so are we gonna leave? No, she's like, yeah, let's go. And then she's like, so we're gonna pick up my girl. And at that point, I'm like, I bit my tongue. Next stop, like, so, okay. I kind of got annoyed a little bit. I'm like, so your girl, like, where, like, is she coming with us? She's like, yeah, she's gonna come to the club with us. I'm like, okay. Now, her friend Amber is coming with us for some reason or whatever. She's like, okay, so she says bye to the guys, and then we're moving on to the next part of my crazy journey. So now she's like, okay, so this is the girl's address, blah, blah, blah. So now we're driving, and then this girl, she's just like in my car like this. She can't, like, she's not, like, like I said, she's intoxicated and she's already like gone. But anyways, I'm blasting my music because I didn't want to deal with them, and we're just driving, and she's just like holding her can. She had a can of something, I don't know if it's beer or coolers or what. And as I'm driving, I kept watching the rearview mirror and watching her, like, what is she about to do? So now, because I don't know, I just don't want her throwing up in my car or opening that can. So now she goes, this is her. I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, girl, do not. I'm looking at her in the rearview mirror, and I'm like, don't think about opening that can. And she's like, no, it's okay, don't worry, I'm not gonna do that. And then I'm like, yeah, because you can. She's like, okay, don't worry. And I'm like, okay, Amber. So now she goes, as I'm driving, tell me how I hear this can opening. I fully told this girl, do not open the can in my car, because she's already like this in my car, okay? So now, as soon as she opened the can, like, as soon as I heard the, okay? As soon as I heard the noise, I pressed on my brakes. Like, we're just chilling, and I'm like, skirt! And the girl beside me almost hit her head, but then she's like, I'm like, didn't I tell you not to open the can? Then she's like, I'm sorry, I just want to take a little sip. I'm like, no, it's either you throw it out. Girl, it's either you throw it out or you come out my car. I drop you right here. We were basically at a neighborhood where there's like, basically at a quiet neighborhood. Nobody's outside. And then I'm like, yeah, it's either you throw it out or you get out my car. And then she goes, okay, I'm gonna throw it out. She's just winding my windows down. And I'm like, and she's like, just a little bit. And she's trying to like pour it out. And I'm like, no, don't do that. I'm not trying to get my windows all dirty and sticky and stuff. Open the door and throw it out. And she's like, okay. And she's like, this girl, so she's just holding her drink, and she's like, and then she throws it out. And I'm like, all right. So she closes the door, and I keep driving. We get to pick up her friend. Her friend comes, she's all pretty and stuff, and then she was dressed well. So I'm like, oh, a normal person. So her friend comes, I'm like, hey, blah, blah. And then she's like, all right, so, yeah, we can go straight to the club now. We're all going to the club. I'm like, no. Because this girl behind me is already intoxicated. If she comes, the bouncer is gonna tell her, yeah, if she comes, they're gonna tell her, sorry, you can't go in, you're drunk. So I'm like, she can't come with us, I'm sorry. And then she's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, Amber, I think you're gonna have to, like, get out. She's like, it's okay. You can drop me here. I don't mind. I'm like, do you even know this area? She's like, yeah. I'll find my way. I'm gonna go to blah. I'm like, you want me to drop? I was so happy. I'm like, all right, get out my car. So basically now, you know, we get to the club. Never heard of this place. It was still in Brampton. It was still in my city. And they were playing good music and everything. It was like dance hall, hip hop, soca. It was lit. So the girl bought me a drink and I'm like, okay, that's nice of her. What did I have? I still remember. I had a Smirnoff Ice. And I don't drink hard liquor. That's not me. But when people force me to take shots, I'll take it, but not too much. Like, I can't handle it. So now, I forgot to say one part. The friend that was sitting beside me that I said, oh, she actually looks legit. Like she looks normal compared to the girl I came with. As soon as she took off her coat, this girl. Okay, so her belly was kind of like hanging, and then she had on shorts. I don't remember. I think, yeah, she had on shorts or something like that and a nice top, but her belly was hanging. Like, I wish I had a picture but you guys have the picture in your head. Tight bottom, okay, tight shirt, and the belly's just sticking out and hanging. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Maybe she could have wore something like high-waisted or whatever, but anyways. She's on the couch and she's like backing it up and everything, and then she turns around and she's twerking. Yeah, she's showing off her goodies and shit, and I'm like, anyways, as they're dancing and stuff, I keep moving away from them like, I don't know who they are. You know, our songs will come on, I see cute guys coming in and I'm like, I don't know who they are. So now, as I'm just like dancing and jamming, listening to my music, I spot this girl from high school and she's looking at me. She's like, hey. I'm like, hey girl, da da da. And then we talked, whatever. I haven't seen her for years. And then she's like, oh, who you here with? And I'm like, nobody. I'm just here by myself. I'm like, nobody. I'm by myself. I don't know. I just wanted to come out, da da. So I'm trying to like have fun with her. And then the girl's trying to approach me like, trying to talk to me. I'm like, yeah. And then she's like, oh, you want more drinks? And I'm like, oh, I'm good or whatever. So anyways, we have our good time and stuff like that. I felt like me and these girls, we did not match. I showed you guys, I dressed like this and they dressed like this. It basically looked like I was part of a group that looks like this. I'll insert a picture right here so you can see what I'm talking about. I was like, what were you thinking? I'm not that desperate to find friends. I just wanted to go out and I don't know. But anyways, on our way back home, I dropped the girls home and, well, her friend home. And the girl's telling me, oh, can we go pick up my friend Amber? She's messaging me saying, hey, I'm on this street, da da da. And I'm like, I'm wondering, like, what was she doing the whole time we were partying? Like, the whole time we were gone. So we went to go pick her up and the girl beside me was like, oh, I'm so sorry for her behavior. She's not okay. Like, I like to look out for my friends and stuff. And I'm like, okay. But to be honest, I felt like I was the driver and I felt like she was using me. But when we picked up her friend Amber, basically she's like, I want to go back to the bar. And I'm like, I'll drop you to the bar, that's fine, because it's not even too far. We're everywhere we went, it wasn't like too far, it was just like in the city. Basically, as soon as I dropped her friend to the bar, as soon as she came out of my car, this was her, okay? I wish I could like demonstrate, but anyways, this was the girl. As soon as I drop her off, she opens the door, she comes out, and then she's like, oh wait, as soon as she started talking, I took off, okay? I took off. I didn't care if my door wasn't fully closed. I was not trying to have any other situation with her because she was too much. She was too much for me. And I'm like, Now I'm driving the girl back home. And I'm like, I didn't speak the whole ride. I did not speak. I was quiet the whole time, okay? And then she's like, girl, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry about everything that happened today. I didn't mean for it to. I'm like, yeah. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, you're not hearing from me again. Like, I'm not, like, I'm not talking to you. She goes, yeah, don't worry. Next time it'll just be me and you, you know? We'll have our good time. Like, it'll be more lit and stuff like that. And she's just talking and talking. Tell me how I get to the red light. I did not know that I fell asleep. Oh my gosh. I guess I was tired. It was like 3 a.m. or whatever. All I remember was someone banging on my window. And then I rolled down my window, and then the girl's like, you're sleeping. And I look at the girl beside me, and she was sleeping too. And I'm like, oh shoot. But anyways, I noticed that when I drive late at night, I do get really tired. So it's like, I try not to stay out too late. But yeah, so I dropped the girl home, went home, did not message her no more. She didn't hear from me and stuff like that. Now, let me fast forward to like a whole 2 months later. I get a call from private number, and basically, you know what happened? Was it even private number? No. I get a call, and it's an unknown number that I don't know. I don't recognize the number. And I'm like, hello? And then all you hear is, yo, hey, it's so-and-so. Remember me? At that point, I felt like that was me at that point. I felt like grabbing my phone and I was getting so annoyed. I'm like, why am I hearing from this girl? Why is she calling my phone? I'm like, what's up? And then she's like, I need you to do me a favor. I'm gonna end the story right here. If you want to hear a part 2, let me know, because I have another journey with this girl, but this one is worse. Okay, it's like, I want to tell you guys so bad, but it has to be put into a next video or else it's gonna be too long. But yeah, after that situation, I deleted my account, and I'm like, I'm not trying to meet I'm not trying to meet someone else from that Plenty of Fish website. Basically, yeah, the girl used me. She just wanted someone to drive her and her friends around and go out, and yo, that night was so whack. I don't know if I missed out on anything, but that night was crazy. That night was crazy. I will never forget. Okay. Like I said at the beginning of the video, comment down what name I should name this girl, and I'm gonna use it on my next video. I can say where she's from. Her ethnicity, she's Jamaican. It's crazy, man. That girl's hair too, she was wearing weave and her hair was so stiff. Okay, no, I don't want to talk bad about nobody, but anyways, that's what happened to me. That's my crazy story, meeting a friend online. And but I hope you guys enjoyed my story, and I will see you guys next time. Peace. Bye.